Mission Street is a trendy place for business and local shopping. The full moon filled the starry sky, and on the roof of the store, there was the figure of Sonic looking up at the night sky. He came here tonight to see a small celestial view. Per the norm, Sonic had shown up too early. He decided to watch the hustle and bustle on the busy streets below. Suddenly, he saw a black hedgehog fighting over something in a back alley. It was Shadow. Shadow is one of Sonic's most formidable opponents, as he can match Sonic in almost every way. He isn't necessarily evil, but his cold-hearted nature and stoic personality sometimes entails a sense of danger that pits him against Sonic. Why is Shadow here? Sonic felt something was suspicious and jumped down to land in front of Shadow. There was the wreckage of the military reconnaissance drone known as a gun beetle. It was destroyed to bits, with black smoke and sparks flying out of it. It was very unusual. Sonic looked on, knowing what Shadow had done.
Hey, Shadow! Looks like you're having fun.
This has nothing to do with you. Leave me be.
Shadow disappeared into the darkness the moment he answered the question. Sonic wasn't far behind. A high-speed chase unfolded as they ran in and out of Mission Street. They jumped over the roof of a building and ran across the wall. They exchanged some attacks while in the air as they crossed at high speeds in a tunnel. Shadow's back kick came out at lightning-fast speeds, and Sonic had to throw up his arms to block it.
Am I able to stop it? Maybe I can just avoid it.
After a brief struggle, Shadow made some distance and jumped away. He opened his mouth furiously.
Why are you following me?
I don't want to be blamed again when you do something wrong.
Aren't you being overly self-conscious? There's no time for games. I'll be leaving now.
Shadow pulled out a flickering stone, and Sonic knew it was a Chaos Emerald.
Wait! Hold on!
Chaos Control!
Flashing light shined for a moment, and when it stopped, Shadow disappeared from where he was standing. Chaos Control, Shadow's ability. He can use the power of the Chaos Emeralds to distort time and space. It seemed like Shadow was tired from the previous battle. He pulled off the move with the Chaos Emerald, but it was not in good shape. Sonic, now all alone, looked up at the night sky.
Shadow.
Behind the main road, Shadow was rushing towards an unnaturally large bank. He didn't make a sound as he created the wreckage of a newly destroyed gun beetle right by his feet.
Here it is, no doubt.
Shadow continued to destroy the armored gun beetles that appeared from the back of the bank, and he made it to the vault on the second floor. He destroyed any guards that fought back. Then Shadow saw something in front of the central vault door. It was Sonic, standing with a smug grin. He was shaking a card key in one hand. He used the energy detector that he borrowed from Tails to locate Shadow. He snuck in from a different entrance. There were gun beetles all over the city. Despite these beetles being destroyed, it didn't sound the alarm, even though it usually attacks without warning. Regardless, Sonic thought that something unusual was happening. Shadow scoffed.
So, what do I have to give you for that card key? Wait, that's a stupid question. You just want to know what's going on here because this whole situation has piqued your interest.
With a short, moody sigh, Shadow looked up at Sonic and began to let the details spill.
This looks like a bank on the surface, but it's a front. This is actually the source of a weapons research plant. A mysterious power-generating capsule was seized from Dr. Eggman's base in a previous battle. However, I'm afraid that the weapons aren't being researched, but rather developed in the city.
At this point, Shadow continued to slowly walk forward.
I received a briefing that this capsule was actually a disguised time bomb that would explode at midnight tonight. If this thing goes off, over half the city's going to disappear in the blast. Something seems off here, so I came to check it out. Care to explain why you're here?
Shadow stopped in front of Sonic and gave a fierce, questioning look. He held it for a few seconds.
Do you have nothing to say?
It was such a sudden development that while Sonic was trying to answer, the energy detector reacted to an abnormally high level of energy. It was coming from the vault.
I'll just believe in Tails' machine.
Shadow grinned as Sonic swiped the card key through the reader on the door. A heavy metallic noise was heard from the inside of the vault. The moment he touched the latch on the door, Shadow stared with an unchanging expression. The door opened from the inside, and many researchers rushed out in a huge, desperate panic.
Get out of here! It's going to explode!
People were fleeing for their lives, while emergency sirens echoed throughout the building. Every area around the vault was covered in this noise. When Sonic and Shadow jumped in, it was much larger than they had expected. The capsule-shaped glass body had a diameter over 1 meter long and a length of 2 meters. It was protected by an electromagnetic barrier while emitting lights from connections to the laboratory tables in the back. Just then, a bunch of gun beetles placed in the room took aim at the 2 Hedgehog intruders and fired.
I see you really getting to your job, Shadow. You're the bomb.
Sonic was able to take care of 3 nearby gun beetles in no time. Shadow ran fiercely into the fray. He was electrocuted and hurt from the electromagnetic barrier, but Sonic was able to find the generator and destroy it to save Shadow.
Chaos Control!
A ring of light overflowed from Shadow and the Chaos Emerald. It covered the surrounding area. When the flash disappeared, both Shadow and the bomb were gone. Just a few seconds later, a giant explosion occurred far above Mission Street. A humongous fireball appeared in the sky as if it were another moon. A roaring sound shook the earth soon after. Sonic jumped out onto a window ledge and saw it while putting out a thumbs up. Then there was Shadow, who was already outside of the influence of Chaos Control. He looked on with a dissatisfied look. He intended to send the bomb all the way to space. Perhaps he realized the limit of this singular, weakened Chaos Emerald. Shadow threw the emerald to Sonic.
Huh? Shadow?
This emerald's weak. Feels like that fake emerald Tails made. Perhaps if I give it to a good-natured person, it might get the right powers back.
Sonic replied with a slightly frightened face while he caught the emerald. He then said,
I'd like to say thank you, but I think I'm gonna pass on that.
Why are you still following me?
Elsewhere from Mission Street, Shadow walked down a deserted road. He grinned as he talked to Sonic, but he didn't look back at him. Sonic relaxed and put his hands behind his head and talked back to Shadow while gazing up at the night sky.
I'm the one who needs some answers. When did you become the kind of guy who fights secretly for the peace of everyone?
I'm not interested in peace, Sonic. Do you know what people are capable of doing to one another? I don't like the fact that there are such foolish people on this planet. Whether it's the doctor or anyone else. And that includes you. Make no mistake.
They walked back in silence for a few seconds, as Shadow had a saddened face and Sonic just continued grinning.
Okay, I get it. I'll do my best to be careful. But if something like today happens again, I bet there are quite a few people who would want to thank you.
That's crap. That kind of nonsense.
Shadow, reaching his boiling point, had finally stopped and looked back at Sonic as if to shut him up. With the lights in the distant city behind them, Sonic stood with his right arm extended and pointed at the night sky while he looked longingly at Shadow. The full moon was shining, but just above it, they could see the space colony Ark floating by and looking down at them. Shadow was short of breath when he viewed this spectacle. From under the moonlight, the Ark looked heavenly.
Ark.
Hope and tragedy rested there. This is the place where Shadow was born. He gained and learned so much, but also lost a great deal there too. An abandoned ruin floating in a vacuum, offering too many complexities to protect this planet. There's a time, once every year, where the Ark perfectly floats above the moon due to their orbits. Mission Street is one of the best points to see this view. This is the celestial view that Sonic loves so much. As one gazes up 2 moons, they're bathed in a warm sea of light. Shadow continued to look at the Ark silently. Nobody can know about the memories that crush his heart when he thinks about what happened in the past. But this silence seemed like a clear answer to Sonic. Sonic lowered his hand, but he kept pointing at the sky and then moved towards Shadow. Shadow followed Sonic's movements and saw that he was laughing.
Damn it.
Shadow threw himself away with a purpose as he hopped onto his motorcycle. It was a large military bike. Shadow must have had it prepared in advance. Shadow revved the engine to drown out Sonic's laughing and remarks.
All right, this whole thing is kind of overkill, Shadow.
Shadow then rode off full throttle. Sonic was left grinning, but he seemed somewhat disappointed. Mission Street is a trendy place of business and local shopping. The full moon filled the starry sky above. There was Shadow as he passed through the warm light of the now peaceful city. There was one small detail that nobody could ever truly comprehend: that a particular moon, which sat above this lively city, would keep watching over Shadow for the rest of time.